The police are becoming paramilitary as organized crime becomes international. In Moscow, the threat of the Russian mafia is enormous, and the response of the police is swift and powerful.
Oman, Moscow's elite paramilitary police force. The equivalent to the American SWAT team, coupled with a crack investigative unit. The most aggressive, most efficient tactical strike force in all of Russia. What they lack in high-tech weaponry, they more than make up for with brute force. Kicking glass and taking names. They have to be ready to leap into action at a moment's notice.
What's the cause of this major crime effort? It's not cocaine, not nuclear arms, not furs, jewels, or Soviet art. It's the most exotic delicacy of them all, Russian caviar, black gold.
A truckload of it could be worth millions. Monday morning, an informant notifies Oman that this man, Boris M., is smuggling a truck full of caviar into Afghanistan. But finding a truck in the vast wastelands of Russia is next to impossible without some sort of lead. The Oman don't wait for leads. They find them. With dogs in tow, they swoop down on the illegal fishing camp where Boris was last seen. One suspect tries to flee,
but he's no match for their extreme Russian tactics.
They find evidence of smuggling, but more importantly, they get a lead on two of Boris's thugs escaping by boat. Even with a 10-minute head start, the criminal's boat can't outrun the Oman. Still no sign of Boris, but they have two more suspects in custody. And because the Oman have a way of making suspects talk, they get the information they need. That information leads them to the route of the caviar truck. The truck barrels across the wasteland. Oman closes in. Finally, the truck is forced to yield. Two more are arrested, but still no Boris. The truck is open for inspection. Inside, they find the caviar. And as a terrifying bonus, they also confiscate an arsenal of guns and ammunition. Now the stakes are raised.
The Oman operates very much like a military operation. They hit everywhere at once. Boris's home, any place where he does business. Sometimes they have warrants. Sometimes they don't.
Dozens of armed officers mobilized. They have found out where Boris and his family live. What they don't know is what kind of firepower they'll be up against when they get there. Boris is gone, but they find his wife. And in the house, they find caviar. Bags of it. Refrigerators full of it. Hundreds of pounds and thousands of dollars worth of caviar. Boris's wife refuses to cooperate. Thinking she's above the law, she is taken into custody. She faces a minimum of 6 years in prison.
They have taken Boris's operation apart little by little, so that even if he were to get away, he couldn't continue his illegal activities. But they have no intention of letting Boris get away.
Later that day, the Oman tail Boris's Trans Am through town. They follow Boris to a local mall. He appears to be waiting for someone. The Oman suspect the bag at his side is full of cash that needs to be laundered. Boris has no idea his house was just raided and his wife busted. He thinks he's just one step away from completing the deal. A man approaches, and the trade is made. The crooks walk only a few feet before the Oman strike.
Police brutality is obviously an issue yet to be challenged in Russia.
In the not-so-gentle Russian way, Boris and his accomplice are taken into custody.
There'll be no caviar for Boris on his way to prison. All this is over fish eggs.